It's the moment we've all been waiting for.
Absolutely. We've been talking about this all week.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso, it drops today. Now, we know Ted Lasso, he is the coach of the hour. But before there was ever Ted Lasso on the small screen, there was Coach Donnie Campbell in real life. And he's actually joining us live right now. Thank you so much. Now, you are a coach at Lee Summit North High School currently, and you coach Jason Sudeikis in basketball at Shawnee Mission West. So we are just so thankful you're able to talk with us today, especially on a busy day.
Oh, I'm very excited, and thanks for having me on this morning. It's just been pretty cool to have the opportunity to coach Jason and talk about all the success he's having.
Okay, and talking about coaching him, right, was Jason much of a basketball player back in the day?
He was a really good basketball player. He's a left-handed point guard. He was a good shooter, a good passer.
How cool.
Didn't like playing defense much, so that was some of the times we had some difficulties. But other than that, he was a good basketball player.
All right, Donnie, so Ted Lasso in its debut season earned 20 Emmy nominees. Now that is the most ever for a comedy series. This is going down in pop culture history, and your coaching ability and you help model this character. How are you feeling today?
It's pretty surreal. It really is. And to watch him on TV and see the success he's having, and I'm just very, very happy for him. I'm also very happy for Kansas City because that's where he comes from. So just very excited.
Okay, now we want to tap a little bit more into you personally. What drew you to education and coaching?
Well, first, I'll be real honest with you. My parents didn't want me to get into teaching and coaching, but no, they wanted me to do some other things. But my coaches and teachers that I had when I went through school and in college made a big impact on my life, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make impact with other kids as well.
All right, and what's some of the advice after teaching? Gosh, I don't even know how many people. What is some of the advice that you give to people that you think sticks with them?
Well, I think that it used to be when I was teaching 35 years ago, it was always, tough love they talked about. I think now it needs to be love tough. I think kids now, they need to know that you care about them, and they need to know that you love them. And I just love teaching kids. I love being in the classroom. I teach math and I still coach. And I think the kids know that I really care for them, and I want them to be the best version of themselves.
Absolutely. Now, I'm not sure if you got to see this Euro game that happened, but there was some controversy when England lost those penalty kicks, right? Jason Sudeikis, he put those players on the back of his shirt. How is this a teaching moment?
Well, I think that, every sports teaches lessons whether you win or lose. And I've always believed that. I've always told my kids, you don't have to be a championship to be a champion. And I think it's, you have to learn to be a champion before you can win a championship. So I think that's what the lesson he was trying to teach the kids.
So let's also talk about this, right? That championship behavior. If there's a kid who's watching right now, what does it mean to be a champion?
Well, I think to be a champion, I think every day you need to work hard. I think you need to be a good teammate. I think you need to go have a purpose every day when you go to practice, to get a little bit better. It's kind of like what John Wooden said, inch by inch is a cinch and yard by yard's hard. So, every day you just want to try to get a little better. But I think the biggest thing is to be a good teammate, work hard. Coaches have trouble keeping kids off the floor that play good defense, and share the ball. So if you can do those things, you'll have a good chance to play, whatever sport it might be.
All right, and there are a lot of lessons that are learned from some of these extracurricular activities. And thank you so much for your dedication, both to teams and education. Again, we really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yeah, clearly an amazing coach. And what an honor to know that a TV show is based off of you.
Absolutely. And
so cool.
I've read several articles. I've never gotten a chance to talk to Jason one-on-one about this, but there are a lot of Kansas references there. We've heard Roy Williams, we've heard Bill Self, just true Kansas. He went to the University of Kansas. You're drawing that inspiration from somewhere, but man, getting to talk to Donnie today, that was very cool.
So neat. Well, Ted Lasso, of course, that season 2 It drops today, and he's a coach we can count on, right? So what's the best advice that a coach ever gave you? We want to know. Go to kctv5.com/lifestyle and share your advice.